Hello, YouTube family. So here's the M3, G63, both looking nice and clean. I wanted to do something a little bit different. Here's some gloss black 3M vinyl I got off of Amazon. Literally only like 30 bucks, and you get like a 12x6 roll, I think. So not too bad. And what I want to do today is literally probably the cheapest and only mod you really need on an X7. I want to black out this and black out this. I also plan on doing the front grille, but I'm just gonna buy a new grille. Oh, and if I have time, I'll probably black out these. So it'll match with the black trim that comes on the M Sport. As you can see, all the trim is already black, so why not add a little bit more? It's not gonna look as though it's modified. It's just gonna look, I feel like, a little bit more clean. And look at this weather. Super crazy clouds right now. I also have the M3 on a trickle. I get kind of sketched out, like just leaving the car on a trickle charger, especially when I'm not home, but I mean, that is a pretty good trickle charger. I know like Pagani and Ferrari, they all use the same exact trickle C-Tech. So if you guys are interested, this is the model that I use. Especially if you're not driving your cars on the daily, very valuable to have. Can I say I really like the key for the X7, super nice, great update. I don't think I'm gonna buy that LED key that has a screen, literally no point. I hear you have to charge it also. Just detailed this car, so it's nice and fresh. You know, one of the things that I did not know about this car when I first purchased it was the engine is actually a B58. It sounds pretty girthy. Sheesh. So that new engine that's in the Supra and transmission is the same as the one in this vehicle. So, you know, it makes you kind of question how fast the Supra actually is. I mean, it's a small car and it has that engine, and this big X7 is actually pretty zippy, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I have the G63, honestly, this car has, I feel like, a smoother powertrain. It's on power a little bit better. Not as brute, but still does a good job. I think another thing I like about this car is, look at that backup screen. Like, you have to be a really bad driver to hit something when you have a bird's eye view and you have a big screen with the lines, and also you have parking sensors on the front and the rear and the sides of the car. So literally you have to be a really bad driver. Look, so I'm backing up my driveway, my car's right next to me, I can see it, the bird's eye view, and also like this. So super cool, super easy. My wife hits this, I swear. Imagine, boom. Okay, there we go. I got to say that I also really like this shifter. Now, since my driveway is so steep, I always put it in neutral, pull up the e-brake, then I put it in park, power off. But this just looks so nice and clean. I know that they just had a new model release for the X7. To be honest, I kind of like this one more. But I have to admit, I do like the big screen that's all around. It's coming out on the new M2, and I think that's going to be super, super cool. Where's the keys? Ah, there we go. Ugh. Now, ideally, you don't necessarily want to do it in bad weather in case it rains, but I mean, this isn't a great YouTube channel, so don't follow my instructions anyways. So you basically just want to measure out, get a little bit extra, and this is probably the biggest piece that you want to do. So let's start. So one of the first things you want to do is use your rubbing alcohol really clean that area, make sure it's dry, make sure any car product is off so you get the best kind of adherence. So as you can see, this 3M film has a backing, and it also has a front portion that protects the front while you're working on it. So you just want to measure it out. Yep, this is going to be basically the whole thing. So as you can see, I have a nice long strip. I'm going to pull out the backing and just apply it directly on. For big pieces of vinyl that you want to cover an entire panel, it's recommended that you heat it up first, but this is such a small panel that if I can just get it on nice and straight, that'd be perfect. So you can also utilize one of these tools or these, and it usually comes with vinyl depending on where you buy it from. So I can use this to help me tuck it in a little bit better. So you want to use the X-Acto knife, and you really want to be careful. You don't want to be scratching your taillights or your panels. Sometimes what I even do, if you have longer fingernails, you can try and push it in and cut with your fingernail, but I'm going to be really careful and cut this out. So I tucked it in, and you can see that there's a separation between this panel and the actual metal portion, so that's where I'm going to cut my line and follow that line so it covers all the metal nicely. Yep, and it's raining now. Definitely not ideal, so I'm just going to power through this real quick. So I left a little bit extra so I can press it in and fold it over like so. Go, push it in nice and tight. Okay. On the side portion, you can just tuck it in nice and deep in there. And you know, if you want to take the long way and actually pull off this panel, you can do that, but just as you kind of risk scratching your stuff, cutting the vinyl, you're also going to risk breaking tabs. And even though this is a newer car, I know the tabs in general for German cars aren't super strong. And as you can see, it's raining, so I'm going to finish this up really quick. So as you can see, it is all done, looking good. I took a little bit of a heat gun to just help it adhere since it is wet and the weather is kind of cooler, so just want to get these corners really good. I should have added a little bit more and tucked it behind it, but you know, it looks fine. Oh, I'm gonna do the same with both these sides and use the same technique. As you can see, it matches really nicely with the rest of the black trim, so pretty pleased with this. Not bad. On to the other side. Now I'm going to tackle this orange right here on both sides, but as you can see, this is done, that's done, this is done. It looks pretty clean. I like the blacked out look. There you guys have it. The cheapest modification for an X7, and really any car, to be honest. Got a roll for 30 bucks, 3M, black out some of your paneling. So now you see everything matches. I finished the other side. Looks clean. I just love how menacing the front of this car looks. Sheesh! Alexa, turn off man cave. So, when my good homies roll through,
we're gonna go.
And he has one of these. Sheesh, he got that new. And this interior just craps all over BMWs like 20 times over.
But just this one time, because I don't think Corvette really is known for having great interiors.
How dare you?
No.
Oh, actually, you're right.
Started changing things out. The C6's interior is completely, for that year, for that model, like it was just completely.
Actually, I agree.
But this was just like, wow. I think this whole car in general just kind of, everybody was just, I think everybody's an enthusiast of this car just because of the mid-engine setup and just the appearance of it. That's
Right.
This is like Corvette's little breakthrough car, but
I like it. So we're gonna take that car out, get some coffee for the boys.
Who's gonna win this race?
Oh, definitely you, bro. Okay. Let's see how this baby runs against that car, but to be honest, I probably won't even be warmed up by the time we get to Starbucks, so go figure. I'm really liking my steering wheel without that stupid Alcantara wrap on it. Okay. Let's go. That's really interesting. That Corvette has a V8 and also has a dual clutch, so it is really reminiscent of, I feel like, the E92 M3. Aside from that, it's a lot faster and a lot newer, but you know, it's a small similarity that makes a big difference, and I think it's one of the reasons why he liked that car, because believe it or not, DCGs are actually kind of fun. I mean, definitely not as fun as a manual transmission, but I'd definitely say that's way better than an automatic. It feels satisfying to change gears. Okay.
So I can vlog your car.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You film me, I film you. It's a mutual vlogging relationship.
Wow. The car is so fast. Makes my E92 feel like a grandma car.
It's your boy, V-Boy. Sorry for those of you who are... Oh, it's vlogging now. What? Now it's recording. I'm so confused. Alex, I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying to make this video work. I don't know if it's working.